Breaking news coming in on the COVID front. 91,702 new cases have been reported in the last 24 hours, a net decrease of 46,281 in the active cases. Now, if we look at decode the numbers further, there are less than 1 lakh cases for the fourth consecutive day. Now, when it comes to the overall active cases, the net decrease is 46,281 in just the last 24 hours. 1.34 lakh new recoveries have been reported in the past day. Recoveries continue to outnumber the daily new cases. For the 29th consecutive day, the recovery rate has increased to 94.93%, and the death toll in the last 24 hours is at 3,403. So that's what's coming in on the COVID front. As we look at the numbers in the last 24 hours, that's what we are getting from the Union Health Ministry as the COVID curve continues to drop across the country as the unlock drive also picks up pace. So on the COVID front, if we look at the latest numbers which are coming in from the Union Health Ministry, 91,702 new cases, a net decrease of 46,281 in the active cases in the last 24 hours. So as you can see, once we started in April, what we were getting was 93,249 cases, and that just kept surging 5th April, 15th April. As you can see, we hit that peak of 1,993 cases, but ever since May, that drop has been continuing all the way till June 11th. If we look at those numbers on the 25th of May, from 4,01,993, we came down to 1,96,427 in a span of over 3 weeks. And if we look at the 11th of June, today, it's 91,702. So the COVID curve continues to drop as the unlock drive also picks up pace across the country. So that is India's COVID curve. But as experts suggest, the third wave is likely to hit us by the end of the year. So we can't let our guard down. I'm joined by Runjhun Sharma on the broadcast. Runjhun, the positive news continues to roll in on the COVID front. Even as the vaccination drive, the centre has made plans to boost the vaccination supply to people across the country. But it's still a very delicate situation. Even as the unlock drive expands across the country, we just can't let our guard down.
Yes, there's no doubt about that, especially since now many states are opening up slowly. We're seeing unlock happen in most of the states, and the experts really been saying, Ayushman, that the significant drop in the number of cases that we're seeing is a direct impact of the lockdowns, of the restrictions. Now, as slowly things open up, there is a slight possibility that these numbers could go up, and which is why, like you mentioned, it's important that we don't set our guard down. In fact, today is the fourth consecutive day where we're seeing that less than 1 lakh cases have been reported. In fact, for about a month now, we've seen the recoveries are outnumbering the total number of cases that are being reported. The weekly positivity rate, in fact, has been under 10% for about 20 days now. The daily positivity rate has dropped under 5%, and many experts believe that this is about the right time when we start opening up the economy, and we are seeing that happen. But what we're also seeing is flouting of the norms and very rampantly in states like Delhi, for example, Maharashtra. Also, many of our reporters also have sent reports from that. That is something which should be avoided at all costs, because that kind of behavior is something that actually could lead up to a third wave. So vaccinations, of course, is extremely important. The government has ramped up the supply. We've seen that massive procurement order from the government of India, the timeline for which is going to be about 1 crore vaccines in just the month of August, Ayushman. But the entire timeline really is for the end of the year. But apart from getting vaccinated, also important, like I mentioned, is to make sure that all COVID-appropriate behavior is taken care of.
Right. Thank you, Runjhun, for joining us on the broadcast and getting us the latest on the COVID front. We're going to take a short break. More news and updates on the other side.